manage to do so much? You seem so busy all the time.
I know everyone always says that. I think it's just really good management. I do, I mean, coming to do the podcast, obviously that is a day I just set aside. I have the guests all booked, and that is where, yes, can still pick up on emails. I can still do other things as well, but predominantly that is my time to make these recordings. Coming down on the train, I've got 2 hours on the train down, 2 hours on the train back. That again is time when I can really, really batch what I'm doing. And now what I try to do is segment what I'm doing, because it's very easy to get sidetracked. And when you have a list of things which aren't your favourite things to do, you obviously gravitate to the ones that you want to do, and the others get put to the side. So I think it's just, with Beauty Directors Club, I have a mentor session every week, and I have a social session. And then obviously I'm conversing with people as well. But that, again, that is in time constraints. My clinic, the team, I try and still spend time with them. But to be honest, I've got that set up so that they just know exactly how to run the business. You know, I can literally go away for a month at a time, and they can run it. And obviously now that, you know, that's what I do. I teach other people how to set their businesses up so that they can be away from it. So although it looks like I do a lot, it is all very, very well managed. So,
But I think the thing to note upon there is that you've worked and gained the experience over the years to put that plan into effect. Your business can run in that way because it's been set up by you and has reached the point of autonomy, I guess, in that respect. You have your members of staff who you trust implicitly, and they run things exactly how you would require them to be run.
Yeah. I mean, looking back, because when I was first stepping out of the business, this is way back when we won UK Salon of the Year for professional beauty. We won large Salon of the Year, and I think it was the first time that a salon away from being in a city had won, and we're just in a small town. So I'd grown the salon, so it was the largest independent salon in the Northeast, and I think possibly we still are. But the thing is that then I got to the point where I thought, you know, yeah, we could just carry on growing, and I could just step out, and it's obviously not as easy as that. So I the lessons that I learned, we probably grew too fast at that point. So I ended up then, I decided to scale back. I stepped out thinking that like I could just do that. Obviously it does take preparation. And the best thing that ever happened to me, and I always think everything happens for a reason, but I went to a business event, and I wasn't really going to go to this event, but I've always been fascinated about business. So I love going and learning from peers and top entrepreneurs. And I went to this event, and there was a guy there who does business turnaround and does mergers and acquisitions. And he was talking about, you know, buying failing businesses and turning them around, so at that point I was like, wow, this is what I could do. I could have like chain of salons. I'll then go and take over salons that aren't doing very well and have this big chain of salons. And I signed up to work with them for a year, and that was some of the best education I ever had, because when a business isn't doing well, the things that you have to put in place quick, and they have to be effective, very, very effective. And a lot of that is making a team so that that business can run, and as well making sure that the cash flow is working really, really well. So the things that I learned, obviously then I implemented into my business and thought, wow, this is just the things that, even though we'd won UK Salon of the Year, there were still things that were missing that I then put in place, which then meant that I could safely step out. Then what I realised was that I ended up enjoying more helping salon owners to develop their business. Not necessarily that they were in trouble. Some had got themselves in a right pickle, and it was a case of like turning them around. But I got to enjoy helping them do that. And then I got to the point where I really, really enjoyed helping salon owners see what their true potential is, because I think sometimes you just get your head down, and I've been there, you work and work and work, and you just end up being the main person bringing the revenue into the business. But then that isn't, yes, it's productive that you're bringing the revenue in, but then it's not productive that you haven't got the energy to work on the business, to grow the business. So now a lot of what I do and what I love is like bringing out the true potential that a salon owner has, to take them to the next level, whether that is step out, whether that's to take a separate path in that business, or whatever it is, whether it's to get another salon. Or, there's like, I always think there are so many different avenues you can go down in a business. I always say it's your business, your rules. You can do whatever you want as long as you make sure that you've set it right and tested and made sure that it's a great path to go down. There's always, at least, I always say you've got to have at least a plan A, B, C and D. Because you never know what's going to happen. But the more that you can set your business so that it is fail-proof, the better it is. Then it really, really does free up time, and energy. So
that's a really, really insightful answer. Thank you so much. That's it for my questions now. I don't have anything more to ask, so I'd like to just say thank you for joining us. It's been really nice to sit down and ask you some questions today.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Yeah, it's that. Great questions. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Always, after every episode, we have in the show notes all of my details. So if you'd like to get in touch, anything that we've spoken about, any more information that you want on that, then just get in touch. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode.